In the game of loans, you either win or you learn. Welcome to the game of loans, where fortunes are forged and empires are built. Your hosts, lords of lending and wholesaling, are here to guide you through the realm of real estate and wealth building. Brace yourselves, cash flow is coming. Episode 26 with my dear friend, Eduardo Delmonte, because he is from the mountains.
Thank you so much, Steve.
So tell me, how was it in the mountains when you lived in the mountains?
You know, the mountains were high, full of
Do they have
snow
high
and
mountains
stuff.
in?
We do. We actually have the highest peak in the whole Caribbean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That really doesn't realize. That doesn't mean that's like a fucking hill. It's like we have a hill. It's the highest peak in the Caribbean.
It's 10,000 feet.
Wow,
Yeah.
Then you really do.
Yeah, it's almost 11,000 feet. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. We do.
11,000 feet. Is there any snow up there?
It snows, but it doesn't stick.
No.
Nah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that close to you guys?
Nah.
It's not.
It's in the middle of the country.
On the country?
The island,
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. So, I see your shirt.
Yeah.
It says Clean Works. Tell me a little bit about Clean Works, what that's for.
Well, CleanWorks started in 2019,
Okay.
and it's a owner-operated, family-owned business between me and my brother.
Okay.
And we do commercial cleaning for anything except kitchens. We don't do kitchens.
So you won't do like a restaurant.
We would if it's front of the house,
Okay.
but it has to be like a nice restaurant. I won't do like the Mexican restaurant around the corner, you know,
Okay. Why?
because luxury clients pay luxury checks.
Okay. So you don't do it because you only not doing it because they don't pay.
It's
It
not that
doesn't
they.
pay.
It's not that they don't pay. It's that
It's not worth your time.
it's not worth my time.
Okay,
Correct.
but you can do it.
I could. Yeah.
You can do it. Okay.
Definitely. And I have learned in the business that the smaller clients complain the same, if not more, than the bigger clients.
100%. It's the same, I think, in any business. In my business, when I'm doing a $150,000 loan, it's sometimes worse
Yep.
than the guy with 1.5 million or 15 million. It's worse. So a $150,000 loan.
Right. 'Cause
So I tell people, how about this? And it's the same effort to get the $150,000 guy and the $15 million guy or the $1.5 million guy. Same effort. There's no difference. There's,
Yep.
and that's what a lot of people don't understand,
And since they're like smaller clients, they have a reduced budget, so
Right.
it's a big chunk of their budget, you know. So they're like, "Oh, we're paying so much money for this work," and you know.
No, listen, I agree with you. I think sometimes the misconception is that, I don't even think sometimes, the biggest misconception is that the guy who's more successful is going to be harder to sell. And that's bullshit. It's a complete opposite,
Complete opposite.
you know?
That's why they have gatekeepers.
But the more successful guy just wants the fucking job done, and he wants it done quickly and efficiently, right? And he's not penny pinching. I mean, they're going to negotiate, but it's more important to them that the job gets well done.
Yep.
And that's the difference.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
100%.
the guy, like you said, with the smaller pockets, because you're allowing yourself to believe that he's an easier sell, is a harder sell. Like you said, he doesn't have enough money. He's going to beat you up on the pricing. It's just a pain in the ass.
Yep.
So good for you.
Thank you.
I heard you guys got Ferrari as a new
We
client.
did. Very proud of it.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. So how'd you get into the business?
Well, Manuel started the business.
Manuel is
my brother.
your brother.
He started the business, and
And he fucked it up?
he fucked it up.
Manuel started the business. He really fucked it up.
Yeah,
Like he fucks everything else up. Okay. So you had to take over and fix the business.
Well,
That's
not
what
quite.
they were.
Well, a little bit. Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yes.
Why
yes.
not?
I know how. I'm kidding.
I studied culinary arts.
Okay.
And so that career did not work for me. It's a lot of it's a lot of work, man. Yeah. Hard hours. They pay shit.
I heard you're a shitty chef too. So
I was really bad. I was really, really bad. I was burning everything.
You're just fucking everything up.
I was burning everything so much that even weed was getting burned.
Water. You were burning water.
Yeah. And I did a change of careers, and for a while I was just doing Uber.
Okay.
And I was telling Manuel that I wanted to like work with him. And if you know Manuel, you know that he has a very entrepreneurial mind, and usually that comes with getting bored of things easily.
Yeah.
So he was ready to sell the company. I think it's what it was, and I was like, wait, but before you sell it, like let me try, And he was a little hesitant, as every older brother is with their younger sibling. And my mindset was a little bit of what Tom Brady had, like I'm gonna be the second pick for quarterback. I'm gonna be in the bench, but as soon as I get in, I'm gonna give every excuse not for them not to take me off. And so I think was surprised with how I managed and did everything.
I love it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And at the beginning, I thought it was gonna be easier. I was like, oh yeah, it's cleaning, we just hire some people and have someone do it. And he was like, nah, you're not hiring nobody. You're gonna clean every single account for at least a year, and then we'll hire people. Eventually we got a bigger account that required us to hire employees, and it happened before the year. But
I like that, because at least they taught you the business from the ground floor, right? And that's very important. I think a lot of people want to get into business, but they want to go right to the top.
Yep.
I
think that's a big mistake.
I like your business. I've talked about your business before, not your particular CleanWorks, but I like the commercial cleaning business. I think the margins are fantastic.
They're really good.
And if you can build up to it, it's it's real estate related. And again, I think I was just on a podcast before this, and I think the whole theme was, as long as you're persistent and you can get the clients, then that's just that's the thing. Obviously, you have to do the work. Obviously, you have to do good work. But the good thing for you is, I think your competition for the most part sucks.
It does, and that's a really good thing.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. And owning office buildings back in the day and things like that, which I'm so happy I don't anymore. That was the biggest fucking problem, was the cleaning. It was just so bad. It was just, and then people come in, they promise you shit.
Yeah.
The stars and the moon.
Yeah. And that's our issue. Whenever we go to sell, they say what you're saying, like, oh yeah, you all guys are the same. You're offering me everything. And so we have to come up with strategies, give free cleanings and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think from what I remember, I got to ask my brother, because we ended up selling that building in 2002. But the last cleaning company that we had was actually pretty good.
Okay.
And that was the first and last that was good.
Wow.
Everybody else sucked. But the way they got us...
You want to shout them out?
I don't even know who the fuck they are anymore. I mean, that's 2002. That's 23 years ago. I can't even remember what I ate yesterday. To give you, But when they came in to get the account, I was fucking fed up with people.
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking to change. I had just said, we're just gonna suck at cleaning. It's what it is. And these guys came in. I remember, they were trying to get through to my my assistant, because I had an assistant back then that used to sit in the front, and she was my gatekeeper, whoever wanted to come into my office. And the guy was persistent. He came back like every fucking Friday at the same time, like for 4 months. By the end, he just caught me. He came back again, and I had to really pee, so I'm trying to walk out. And then I guess my assistant at that time, Diane, felt bad because this guy had been there legitimately every Friday for 4 months.
Wow.
Okay, showed up. As I'm going out, she's like, Steve, by the way, I forget his name. And I'm like, oh God. Like, all right, let me go pee. I'll come back. So I went, I peed, I came back, and he's like, look, I don't want to waste your time. He's like, you see I'm here. I've been here every Friday. I'll show up. I promise you I'll show up. And if you just don't like it, don't pay me. It was a Spanish guy. And I was like, I hear this shit. I don't want to change again, this and that. And
the devil kind of thing.
But his persistence won me over. And I had zero expectation. And he turned out to be fantastic. And when we were selling the building, we probably sold the building 8 months after that. I told the buyer,
you have to hire this guy.
I said, you're going to get pitched by other people, but this guy was persistent. He showed up. He's the only fucking guy that cleaned really well. I didn't give a shit about anyone else. The window cleaners, fuck them. I didn't care. Whoever you want. I made sure. I think he was the only one that I recommended that the guy keep.
Wow. Do you think he was good because he was Hispanic? You think that had something to do?
No, because everybody else was pretty much Hispanic too. And they sucked.
All right.
I mean, I had other people, but for the most part, I would say, which is surprising to me. You'd figure that Latinos would be the best.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of racist, maybe. Latinos and cleaning.
That's exactly why I brought this up.
But I wouldn't say that. I just think because you think that Latinos work harder.
Yeah.
And they're more proud of the shit that they do, right?
The ones that do.
Yes.
Because the ones that don't, they don't,
I think, obviously Dominicans don't like to work,
No, we hate work. So,
so maybe all the other ones were Dominican probably. That's why it didn't work out.
They were probably not from the mountain.
They weren't from the mountain, though. Not like you.
Yeah.
Not from the mountain.
The mountain.
They were from the mountain.
The peak Duarte.
The peak.
Yeah.
So, again, he won by his persistence, and then he kept it by just outperforming everybody. And the funny thing is, not even funny, I was probably paying him 25-30% more than everybody else by the
Correct.
end.
Yep.
By the end of it. He came in low, and then, 4 months later, listen, I'm hiring new people. I'm like, okay.
Because you liked him.
I loved him. The only one. It's the only one. Again, it's going to sound racist. I'm not trying to sound racist, but I think his name was Jose.
I think you are.
No, I'm not. I think his name was Jose.
Okay.
It was either Juan or Jose.
Yeah, very characteristic.
I think it was Jose.
Yeah, it's when
it was great, but the whole point is, the guy never gave up for 4 months, to a point. And my assistant was a straight up bitch, man. That's why I loved her. She was a fucking cold hearted bitch. She was like a fucking ninja. She cut your head off, your head fucking fall off 3 weeks later, and you wouldn't even know. She was awesome. For her
to come to you,
to feel bad, like I kind of feel like she was semi embarrassed. This guy showed up, by the 4th month, it was like,
wow,
all right, come on, man. This guy gave his dues,
Yeah.
And she's like, he's been here for 4 months straight. Maybe it's time for you to sit with him for 5 minutes. Point of the story is, like I say, persistence breaks resistance, right? But even when you win the fucking job, right, then you have to figure out a way to keep it. Yep. And if you just suck, you were persistent for no fucking reason. You fucked it up anyway. You sucked.
Yep.
So get the job, but do the job well.
Yep.
That's, getting the job is first thing. Keeping the job
is the most important.
Most important.
Yep.
And a lot of people fuck that up.
Yep.
So I should add to that. Persistence breaks resistance, and don't fuck it up after.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
And every time that a client starts giving us trouble with anything, we always say the same thing. Like, hey, if they want to leave, man, we cannot stop them.
Right.
Which, so far, no client has left us yet. But
You haven't lost one client?
not since,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Except for things that are out of our control.
Okay.
You know, clients that like are closing or they're leaving the state.
Right,
You know?
got it. Or selling the business.
Correct.
Or something like that, right.
But we always, me and my partner Manuel, my brother, we always say the same. Like, man, if they want to leave. You guys are gonna have a hard time,
And they're going to come back to you.
and they're gonna come back to us.
I'm the same way. A lot of people, they'll get some sort of fucking deal from another lender, and I tell them, no shame. When he fucks you up, make sure you call me. I'm not going to treat you any different.
Yeah,
Same deal. I'm not going to scold you for it. And I would say a ton of people always come back. It is what it is. Look, the best way people could steal your business, the only way that people could steal your business if you're doing your best, is by lying or cheating.
I like that.
I
like
lying or cheating, right? It's like, if you know your numbers, if you know you're competitive and you're doing it right, then they've got to come in and make some sort of fucking offer that's bullshit, that just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think at one point, now talking about lying, at one point we were part of a franchise. And the reason we got out of it was because they come in, they lowball the customer, and then the customer, like, oh my God, yes, $900, and then they keep 20% of that payment, and then they give us the remaining 80%, and now with that money we have to pay our employees, and we have to have we're a business, we're not a non-profit, so we have to make our money and then pay the employees. And so by them paying less, they're getting like a horrible service, because the employees don't care, because they're getting paid what, $500 for 900, whereas if they were to pay 1,300, then they're actually paying 1,300,
right.
That,
so the franchise model just didn't work out for you.
not for us.
Okay, good.
I'm sure some people are very successful with it, but
Listen, at the end of the day, if I'm running a franchise and I know I don't give a shit, I'm just going to make 20% off the top, I'm going to lowball every motherfucker on the planet.
of course.
I'm taking my fucking 20%. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's got, all right, motherfucker, go do that for $300. Give me $60. You take care of whatever the hell you need to take care of.
Is what Warren Buffett says. I'd rather make 1% of 100 people's job than 100% of one
Person's job. 100%. I love it. I like that.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your money? What do you do? Do you invest?
I buy ice cream, a lot of ice cream. No, yeah, I invest. We have.
Do you invest with your brother? Or,
I invest with my brother. We have a couple of properties. We have one in Tulum in Mexico that we invested with Michael Gomez. And yeah.
Anything else? Are you going to invest more?
I want to, yeah.
Are you going to buy a house?
I have a house.
Okay, so that's another one.
Yeah, that's another.
Good. That's good. Where's the house?
It's in Nashville,
Okay.
in the Marrowbone area. Nobody knows where that is.
How much did you buy for?
I bought for $300.
How much is it worth now?
It's $475.
Okay,
give or
so
take.
you did well.
Yeah.
How long ago?
October 2021.
Okay. Listen, it's a good gain. I think when the rates go down, it's probably going to pop another 75,000 to 100 easily.
That was and is, I think, the only property that Manuel sold as with his real estate license.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Trust me. So, what kind of financing did you use to buy the house?
So I have an FHA, I think.
So you put 3% down or nothing?
I put more than that because I wanted a specific amount monthly.
Okay.
But I think it was the rate that I was looking for. And I have a 3.0 rate.
Can't get better than a 3.0 rate.
And I wanted to refinance, but rates
like
suck
3 times
right
the
now.
size, 7%. So that's the thing. A lot of people are in your position, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the real estate market is as stagnant as it is, right? So when the rates that they got into were so low, refinancing, unless it's an emergency, doesn't make sense, right? They fucking desperately need the money, right? B, if they want to downsize, meaning they had 4 kids in school, now they only have 2, they don't need 5 fucking bedrooms, they only need 2, and that doesn't make sense, right? They can't do that because, again, why would I do that? I'm at a 3% rate. And grading upwards doesn't, right? Guy had 2 fucking kids, now he's got 4, right?
Yeah.
He's figuring it out, saying, fuck that, I'll just, put an ADU in the back or something like that.
Sleep in the backyard.
Yeah, I'll sleep in the backyard and the kids will have the rooms. I'm not going to fucking get out of this. And that's the issue. So you have right now a kind of fabricated market where those properties aren't moving. And a couple of things could happen. I think that when rates come down, and I've said this before, where everybody thinks that as soon as rates come down, property values are going to increase, I don't think that, because I think there's going to be even more homes that are going to come to the market because people want to either upgrade or downgrade, right?
I agree.
Or do something, right? Or just move, fucking, or even go lateral, but into a better position, go into a better house or a better location. No one's moving laterally. No one's moving fucking vertically. Everybody's staying stagnant. And then until the rates do move significantly, we're going to have that problem. But when they do, there's going to be an influx of properties that are going to come onto the market. So do I think that values are going to jump? 100%. But do I think it's going to be immediate like every other time, right? Because historically speaking, every time rates would go down, property values would jump up a lot, right? I don't see that happening today. So,
do you think that's something that has to do with the market?
It has to do with rates. Nobody is motivated enough because of the race that they're in to move, to make anything. But it's going to change. I think once the influx of homes comes in, and then it'll be a different story.
Is that a good thing for you, that the price of homes go up, or it doesn't really affect you with what you do?
I mean, for my investments, it's good, but for my lending business, yeah, that's good too, because then I'm more protected. I'm way more protected when I'm lending in the market that's going up, right? Because that means we're at the point where I lend, if the markets go, I lend here, right? And if the market's going like that, my loan to value it's going to be a lot lower, right? So God forbid something happens, so I lend here. At this point, look what happens. I have that much more equity to protect me in the long run. So in the long run, it is better.
Right.
So thank you so much for being on the show.
Man, my pleasure. Thanks for the invite.
I wish you the best of luck on the cleaning business. I think, I've said it before, I think it's a fantastic business. And that's it. Again, we had Eduardo Delmonte from the mountains as our guest. And hopefully you'll come back.
Definitely be coming back.
At end of episode 26. Ciao. You've been listening to The Game of Loans, where real estate battles are fought and won. Make sure to fortify your defenses by subscribing. Cash flow is coming, and we'll be back next time to help you claim your throne. The war of wealth continues.